Well, good evening for the workshop. We are, where are we now? It's the evening of the 27th of December, 24. And I thought I'd just say a few words for those of you who had a good time. Hope you had a good Christmas or happy holidays or whatever. Right? It's been all right here. Weather's crap. You know, like today, it's like been pea soup out there today and bloody cold. So I've not been anywhere or do anything. Right, now, you'll have noticed that the past few weeks I've been posting up old videos. I've had at least one comment pointing me to a website where I allegedly got it from. No, I didn't. I've been using these since I was teaching, so we're going back to what, 2010 or thereabouts, when I started teaching engineering. The one about Wellington bombers, I saw that when I was an apprentice in 1969, 1970. All right, so they're all public domain. I think apart the Wellington bomber one isn't. I did have a copyright strike against that, and I spoke to them, and they weren't bothered about it. They were quite happy for me to re-show it all, because it was 15 years when they put it up, and nothing's happened since. And so they're ever so happy. Okay, so any revenue I get off that video goes to them. I don't care. Yeah, it's out there for you guys. It's educational. A lot of people are going, bloody hell, did they make them like that? They still make them like that now, to be quite honest. So that's out the window. These are all public domain, apart from that one so far. My intention is not to rip people off. Yeah, it's just to educate people. I mean, if you want to go searching back in the various websites or sites on YouTube, you might find them. There possibly are out there. I can't remember where I got them from, but they've been sat on one of my disk drives for, since around about 2010 to 2012 was when I would have acquired them. Anyway, having said that, what's going on in the workshop? Because you haven't heard from me for a while. Well, I've had some work to do. One of the jobs I've had is down here, in fact. Have I got them all? No, I'll drop one. I was asked to make some tools by one of the engine techs, one of the sumpies, and he wanted something that he could stake tab washers with. So I made him something. Yeah, that's what he gave me a drawing, and he says, you know, can you make some punches? So I made him two of that size. Yeah, they're for getting under the tab, lifting it up and out the way, or nailing it, knocking it out the way. I've made, if those are too long, if it's the smallest job, because in the Fairy electrical department we still have tab washers, but they're on a smaller scale. They're only sort of 4BA and 6BA, that kind of thing. So I made one for us as well, and to settle them in, just drop that one. To settle them in position, I made a nice little punch. Yeah, all low carbon mild steel. The tips have been tempered and drawn back, so they won't mushroom over, which is the main thing. This end will, it's designed to, but not this end. You want this end to stay. And then if they need to grind it flat again, it's easy to do. Another job I had on was, when I find it, here we go, in the ignition harnesses on a Merlin, in the plug caps. And any of you who've worked with ignition systems will know, certainly the older, we're talking magnetos here, and 1960s, 70s technology, where they were worried about interference. Yeah, so before resistive plug leads came in, you had resistors fitted in the plug caps. So were built in on most of them, but not on Merlins. The plug caps on those had a small, I think it's a 480k resistor in it, something like that. And we take those out because you can't get them anymore. We've got some, but not many, so we don't tend not to bother them. So we replace them with little copper slugs. Yeah, I don't know whether you can see that little copper slug, tiny little thing. So we replaced them with that, and we've run out, so I made some more. So in here I've got 24, which is enough to do 2 harnesses, which should keep us going for a few years. Apart from that, yeah, not a lot of aircraft work going on here. We still haven't got into the meat and bones of the winter service down at the Heritage Centre. We're still working on that. Hopefully when we get back in the new year on the 8th of January, we'll get stuck into that. Some of my stuff's already been done. Some of it's, I mean, the starter motors, we've had Robert, one of our students, has been working on the starter motors with us, and I think Layla has been helping out doing the ignition harnesses. I've done 2, I think she's done 2, and she's also done a lot of the refurbishing some of the instruments with Tony. I can't video any of that, yeah, because Tony doesn't want to be shown on video, which is fine, I understand that. I'm not happy filming my students. Yeah, I mean, they're all over 18 bar 1. Who's Robert? He's the youngest, so you know we've got to take it as the lowest common denominator, which is Robert. He's youngest, and none of them really want to be on camera, so we just move round to here. Turn down. There's the Harley. She needs wiring work doing in the headlamp. I had noticed this year that with all the lights on, we're really low in the headlight there. The headlight's really dim, so I think there's a high resistance joint or 2 in there. 34 years old, you've got to expect it, haven't you? And the same goes if we pan around. Doobly doo. The same goes to the Honda. You'll see we are. Headlight is out. The wiring's out. I was working on that last night. I've cured 2 faults on that. One was, let me just come back so you can see me. I know you like looking at me. Yeah, so one was a faulty bulb in the tail light. Yeah, and what was happening is when you put the lights on, the brake lights came on automatically and stayed on. Yeah, so the filament had shorted out in the bulb or something. So I changed that. That's sorted. But we still, once again, is a case of with the headlight, with the main lights on, we were low on the voltage. Everything dimmed. The electrical systems on these small bikes is marginal at best. So any resistance in the line completely trashes it. We fixed that. So it climbed back up, but still in the headlight with all the lights on. I was still only getting 10 volts. I was getting 12.5, 13 at the battery. That wasn't dropping at all. So it was something in the line. What it actually was when I went to the fuse holder, I found, whether that's going to pick it up, a fuse had melted. It hadn't tripped, but it had melted. And what it was the fuse holder, a cheap, nasty little fuse holder. It's in the bin now. I was so annoyed last night I threw it in the bin. So yeah, so everything now is a bit more hardwired than it was. This still fuse is in there. It's just yeah, it's not a horrible cheap nasty here. Quick video with you guys, and I can put the headlight back on the 250 and check the voltages, and we should be good to go. So quick slurp. Oh yes, marvellous. For those of you, for whatever reason, that don't drink alcohol, I hope you're having a nice cup of tea, coffee, or whatever takes your fancy. As for drinkers, yes, have one on me. I shall certainly have one on you. And no doubt I'll see you in the new year. I'm hoping to get another one of those ancient videos, a really good one. It's a very old one, 1936-ish again. And it's about how gearboxes work. Yeah. When I first saw this, I was actually gobsmacked because I'd never thought about it before. Another thing, I'm nearly at 1,000 subscribers. Amazing. It's taken me God knows how many years to get this far. So I'm really doing well. Any of you who are just casually watching my channel and haven't subscribed, please do so. It does help. I don't get, at the moment, I get no ad revenue at all. None whatsoever. Because I don't have enough members. Even if I did, I possibly wouldn't be, up in the mega bucks, but it would be nice to have a few quid flowing in, to pay for oils and lubes for the bikes, that kind of thing. And when our glorious government, lovely people that they are, have finished screwing us over with road tax and everything else in 2025, which is their plan, I do believe. So yeah, so the UK, any of you who are thinking of moving to the UK, don't bloody bother. Yeah, it's the next 5 years. I think we're going to be either disastrously down the pan, or not a lot is going to change. And I think it's going to be the former. But that's just my opinion. Nonsense. Hope you had a happy Christmas, happy holiday, and I'll see you guys in the new year. Have a good time on the 31st. Yeah, let your hair down if you've got some. I haven't got a lot. I've got a fair bit down here. But yeah, let your hair down, party on. If getting trashed is your thing, don't get too wasted. It's not good for the body. All right. Last thing the doctors need is for you turning up at A&E with your leg hanging off because you got blind drunk and decided you could fly. So yeah. So enjoy yourselves, but take it easy. For those of you who don't drink, have a good time, party on, and yeah, go for it. And we'll see you in 2025. Goodbye, everybody. And I really hope next year's good. I really do. Yeah, better weather, more biking. That's what we need. See you guys later. Take care.